Welcome back. We're gonna play some more Metaphor. We just killed our first human. Well, actually, our second human. Our first by ourselves. And now, I don't know what we're doing. Just walking around doing stuff. So, let's do it. I need my stuff. So, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the recruitment center. I'm so stupid. How embarrassing. Let us fight onward in the name of His Royal Highness. This is the path I walk now. I can sense Hulkenberg's earnest faith and deep trust.
I have not the luxury of regret.
So we can reduce the mad cost of studying the Knight lineage, or Hulkenberg may defend the protagonist against an attack on his weakness.
Pardon me?
Begging your pardon, how do you know that fellow who just left? Merrily, an old friend. You don't say. Well, see you around.
Very well.
Let us leave our training for another time.
Yes.
100 drills or 1,000 swings. 'Twill take an unsparing regimen indeed to purge this distraction. On days you don't visit a dungeon, you'll have enough energy left for activities at night. You can visit followers that are only available at night, or own your royal virtues. Gallica might have advice on what to do at night. So we actually need to buy another thing right here from the informant. Secret of the Red Grass Shop. Learn about the man who sells ingredients only to select clientele near the Grand Cathedral.
Just between us.
There's a stall at the market in front of the Grand Cathedral that sells red grass. We're good. So now we're done here. We can move on.
No.
And we're gonna hang out with Hulkenberg. I just don't know where she's at. I wonder if there's a way to find him easy. I think there's a way. I just don't know how. Here we go to her. Nice, bro. It took me straight to her. Hold up, before we talk to her. Is this guy, he's the informant, right?
Want in on this? Just between us.
A giant bird. The threats are too numerous to name. But the worst is the man-eater Mandula. Word is, not only does its breath burns like fire, it also spreads a foul poison. If you fight it, you should also be wary of its howl. In addition to being resistant to the heat, fire magic is ineffective against it. The blaze only invigorates it, so mind your tactics. Conversely, it's quite susceptible to the cold, meaning ice magic is effective against it. You'd best remember that and prepare accordingly. Hell, I need to fix this real quick. There we go. All right. That's about all I know, unless you want to end up as another set of bones getting bleached by the desert sun. You'd better know when to run. Hell, we got the paper from him. Let's hang out with Hulkenberg. I know there's little left to do, but wait. Yes, that has me more restless than anything. That's right. Have you a moment to talk? Sure. Lately, I have felt a great pressure weighing on me. It's made it difficult to stay level-headed. I hoped I might have your counsel. It must be dealt with swiftly, lest it affects my performance in battle. Let's go. I'd read a book, because I'm a nerd like that. The mind does tend to clear when you're fully absorbed in something. Though myself, I've always preferred the sword to the page. Care to join me in a round of swordplay training? Yeah, let's go.
All right.
In that case, we shall need some training swords. To the herb that Fabian uses in a certain dish of hers. Matter of fact, red grass originates from the region where you'll also find Fabian's hometown. It's not that far from Grand Trad, but the herb is difficult to find here. For that reason, the shop owner only sells it to his trusted regulars. Any strangers who tried to buy it will likely get shooed away. But you're no stranger, are you? You already know Fabian, of course, and you're also an acquaintance of Grius's. So, if that's what you're after, try mentioning him to the shopkeep. Get on the list of regulars of his, and you'll be able to obtain a fairly valuable ingredient. So apparently we need to save the game.
Amazing.
Yeah, that reminds me.
I wish I could teach you. but you'd need to really bring your own ingredients. Everything we have at the inn is reserved for our dining services. If you want to make red grass roasted bedeau, you can buy what you need from the market located in front of the Grand Cathedral. You'll need bedeau meat, pristine clear water, and red grass.
You're a big help.
Okay, so I guess we're gonna go get those things.
What to pick?
Say there.
All right then.
Let's go.
I hope we can like buy stuff at the market at night.
Stop that at once.
Ridiculous.
What were the guards doing?
How to handle this?
I can't Grand Cathedral. Why? It's
Welcome.
So we need the bedeau meat,
Come again.
right?
I'm off.
We don't need blue cheese.
the Grand Cathedral. Why?
Dear me.
It's
Please, if you might deign to help.
the Grand Cathedral. Why? I can't believe it.
It's quite. Cheers.
Where do I get the red grass?
All right then.
Proper aces.
Blimey.
That reminds me. Really?
Bro, I don't remember what to do. How's the red grass, bro?
All right then.
That reminds me.
What now? Just between us.
All very nice.
This one?
Oh there.
Oh, maybe herb seller. Do you know Grius? Don't tell me. Are you the ones that's been hanging around the honey bin lately? One of his friends, truly? I come from the same town as Fabian, so Grius and I met a long time ago. The man helped me countless times. I was quite sad to hear of his passing. Though I think that deep down, I always knew that things with him would end like this. Anyways, I couldn't possibly turn away a friend of Grius, so were you looking for some of my red grass?
Can we talk?
Thanks.
So I think we got everything we need now.
All right then.
We can go back to the
Let's go.
hushed honeybee.
What is it? Amazing.
That reminds me. You're a big help.
Looks like you have all the right ingredients to make the bedeau. Bedeau, maybe? Let's get you prepped and into the kitchen, shall we?
Next up is.
A red grass roast, right? No problem. Fabian taught us all the ins and outs of this recipe.
Oh, right.
How about we make a few tweaks to the dish while we're at it? Let's stick to the recipe.
No.
Exactly.
I suppose it has been Fabian's signature dish, and she was kind enough to teach us how to make it.
You did it.
All right.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Evidently.
So a group of corpses was discovered in the Tradia Desert. Travelers aiming for the royal capital, it seems.
You're right.
There's certainly a lot of monsters out there. How tragic for them to meet their end so close to their destination.
Exactly.
We received a request at the recruitment center, did we not? Shall we slay the monsters ourselves? Yeah, maybe.
Well then.
Okay.
I
Say there.
All right then.
Let's go. But.
Give it a full dose, eh?
that damned Luis.
Oh,
Have you perhaps helped out at the hushed honeybee? Please tell me, what is it like there? The honeybee's cooking, so it's all in the preparation. If I'm hearing you right, it sounds as though Miss Fabian's is rather particular about the ingredients she uses. This red grass you mentioned, not just anyone can get their hands on that here, can they? I knew she was no ordinary innkeeper. As I believe I mentioned, the place I work serves high-class clientele, and the head chef, not to mention the customers, put too much emphasis on tribe. Just being a Nydia, I get a cold shoulder from Clamar and Roag, nobles in particular, to be expected in society as it stands today. The head chef doesn't want people like that to even see me holding a knife. Probably why he sticks me all the busy work and chores. I suppose I should be grateful I have a job at all, honestly. But still, there are a lot of days when I question why I'm putting up with all of this or any of this. So I just wanted confirmation of a simple fact that I've always known to be true. That the skill of a chef has nothing to do with one's tribe. Hearing about the hushed honeybee has renewed my inspiration to keep cooking. I don't know where it'll take me, but I'm ready to throw myself into the proverbial frying pan. Oh, and of course, I need to thank you properly for what you've done here. Take this as a token of my gratitude.
Mission accomplished.
All right.
The wisdom is up.
That damned Luis.
All right, then.
Alrighty, so now, followers? We're gonna hang out with Stroll, since yesterday we hung out with the other dude, or the other girl. Staying like this puts the day of calamity in the mind for me. I have an interesting rumor out of Grand Trad. I thought I might walk the streets to see what comes of it. If you're not too burdened, would you care to join me? Sure, why not? Then let's be off. I've heard tell that there are some drifters who occasionally show up on this road here. I can't help but wonder if maybe they're the people I've been looking for. Who is he looking for? Grand Trad is so full of novelty. I still can't get used to all the Clamour. In Halia, the town where I grew up, you could hear a pin drop by comparison. There was still the bustle of friendship and commerce, but young Master Leon couldn't be. I know that voice. Rangif. Is it truly you? You made it out safely.
Wow.
Oh, young Master Leon. My goodness, look how you've grown. How do you know each other?
What?
Truth is,
He served my house, Aliatus, when our house still stood. I never imagined I'd see him again, much less here. Rangif, this is JfrikinC. He's a friend I've recently begun traveling with.
However,
Forgive me for saying, time has not been kind to your frame. Old friend, are you eating well? And how are the others?
That's
After the human attacked, the survivors fled to the capital. No one could make a living among the ruins in Halia, much less restore it. Most arrived here with only the clothes on their backs. Their livelihoods were destroyed, and without shelter from the rain, more than a few have faded away. No. Then let me help. Let me find you housing. I would if I had the means. All I have left in my nobility is the name alone. I'm so sorry.
wow.
Your kindness is more than I could ask for, young master. I've always said you got your heart from your parents. The only reason we're alive here today is because your parents had us evacuate to the capital. You mean to say my parents instructed you to flee here? All the more reason then that I have to to help somehow. Let's find a way to help. Absolutely. I only wish I knew how. Who holds authority over the area you're staying in right now? Ishkia Marquise, Lord Hydron.
I see.
A Marquise, you say? Sounds like I'll need to pay this Lord Hydron a visit. I'll see if I can negotiate the use of some vacant homes for all of Helia refugees to live in, though I doubt my name alone is worth much in collateral. Young master, please, our woes should not be yours to shoulder. I already bear their weight, old friend. The fateful day 7 years ago, my parents acted to save as many as they could. I was just a boy, lost in the panic, and I wouldn't have escaped were it not for all of you.
Oh, definitely.
In other words, I'm only standing here because of your swift action. So let me do what I can to give you peace in this new life.
Sure, but
You honor us, still. I fear your plea may fall on deaf ears with the Lord Hydron. Devoted as he would seem to the church, he has brushed me off before as backwater refuse. All the more reason I should speak with him myself, if that's how he sees you. Let's go talk to him.
Stroll.
You're coming too? Moving forward, we'll be in no shortage of trouble. I'd rather you not have to add my personal woes to that. I'll make the time then. That's what friends do.
It'll be fine.
You. Thanks.
It's reassuring to have you by my side. On behalf of both me and my house, you have my gratitude. Yo, Nick, I can feed Stroll deep trust. I can feel his deep trust.
I feel more courageous when I'm with you.
You have my thanks as well. I have no doubt the young master is in capable hands. Please, enough with the young master thing. We need not stand on ceremony.
Let's head back.
I would have us met Lord Hydron without delay, but the sun is going down. Let us return for now and meet with him another day. Back to the Hush Honeybee.
All right then.
Let's go. But
Damn, that thing's huge. All right. We're supposed to, I don't know, gaze or something to get wisdom.
All right then.
Closure-ray, oh closure-ray.
Now, how did I wind up here?
I can't believe
something up?
Watching how the people in Grand Trad live might broaden your horizons. Apparently people are just getting drunk in the street. Take a break. The streets are packed, but at least it's not a huge crowd as Royal Funeral had. Sure are a bunch of nobles on the main street and around the Grand Cathedral. I see some Clamar, Roag, and even some Ishkia. But if you head to the back streets, you'll see more Parapius. Guess that's what a class divided looks like. And then there's you, the only Elder in town. It's crazy how people will say the most vile things right to your face. I don't let it get to me.
Listen.
Doesn't really bother me. That's very strong of you, but if anything does get under your skin, make sure to speak up. Let's not hide anything from each other. I got some
Wisdom. Why?
So we got 2 wisdom now, which is great. My understanding is that with 2, you can go to the church and purify weapons and stuff.
Well then.
Say there.
All right then. Let's go.
Got a special
How
running.
to handle this?
Shrewd shopper.
I got low.
20% off today.
humans.
Why did this happen?
Oh, there.
Can we talk?
Thanks.
Why did this happen?
All right.
So we can go to... Where's the church? I think it's here.
There right away.
I'm not 100% sure where the church is, but I think it's here. I think it doesn't show on our map because we haven't been there yet.
But
Well, I haven't gone inside.
Closure-ray.
Closure-ray.
excuse me.
We typically only make the particular remedy available to those who have accepted the light of sanctism. But let it be known that we practice generosity. By special exception to an Elda, you may demonstrate your sincerity by purchasing it for 500. Certainly you, God, surely you would not expect your vulgar tribe to stand as equals among the blessed. Our teachings forbid it. Thus I ask you to demonstrate your sincerity. Bear in mind, to even sell, that is, give them to you is taboo. I'd appreciate a show of gratitude more than words of protest.
Homo share. There's a share up.
Damn, bro. So I do want to buy this breath of fresh air. And then purify, definitely this. All my money's gonna go to this. Yeah, there we go. So
All right then.
now we gotta go to Sunlemiro.
Let's go. But
Closure-ray. Oh, closure-ray. Oh-ho!
sure.
As a boy, my parents would even tell me stories about fairies before bed.
I wonder.
I see.
I am not ready for your story right now. I need to find somebody who has some quest here.
But
Give it a full, I say. Well,
Grand Cathedral.
how fine.
All right then.
Well,
I remember you, Elda. Seems I was right about you not being a local. I've heard the rumors. My sources suggest you and Grius were working together. How did you know that? I own a magic igniter shop, and I do have some sway with the residents of Sunshade Row. But you needn't worry. I have no intention of turning you in. In exchange for my discretion, though, for lack of a better word, would you be willing to do a job for me? What job? A dangerous one. Shall we say, I imagine a colleague of Grius would likely have the skill and discretion required. However, perhaps I'd better look elsewhere. I didn't realize how young you are at first glance. I'd prefer to work with someone who already understands how the world works. To some degree. Too much risk otherwise. Don't want your death on my conscience. At least describe the job.
Yes.
I suppose you really are more than you seem. I certainly can't imagine Grius would have worked with any normal child. Now, I'd like to see what you're made of.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Brigitte. I run this shop and manage trade of magic igniters. This is your first time in Grand Trad, you mentioned. Then, what do you think of magic igniters?
They're unnecessary.
They're not really necessary.
You say that with such confidence. Interesting. All right, next. Are you good at keeping secrets?
I think I am.
That's a secret.
That's so stupid.
Are you trying to be funny?
Yes.
At least you're not short on nerve. I have one last question. Do you believe in God?
Ooh, everyone's faith is their own.
Not the one everyone else does. I have my own beliefs.
In other words, not the God of Sanctism. Well, that's enough for me.
So what do you think? She doesn't like me no more?
Yes. I think there's potential in you. I'd like to ask you to handle an extermination mission. You're fit for the task.
Hell yeah.
The fact is, our trade route for Ignitus has been, shall we say, compromised. A local monster's apparently made the place its feeding grounds. Evidence suggests its actual nest is near the place I personally checked out. I want you to go there, find it, and exterminate it.
Killing monsters? Easy money.
Wait, hold on just a moment. You're asking us to handle something so important? Is that even okay?
I'm asking you precisely because it's so important. There are reasons I'd rather not bring this to the guard. I usually prefer discretion with these sorts of things anyway. Especially with groups like them. But if Grius trusts you, then I certainly can.
How are you connected with Grius?
I hardly think that there's discussion right now.
What do you think? It does seem like she could use the help.
You will be compensated, of course, and generously. There's also the option of discounts on my stock, if that appeals. Additionally, rumor has it there's even treasure to be found at the monster nest. I'd say the potential rewards are a fair match for the risk. I hope you've no objections to the job.
All right, I'll do it.
Understood.
No problem.
You're bound for Belega Corridor. It's only a short distance away from here.
This one's important.
I need to slay the Guptaros in Belega Corridor. The informant in Grand Trad, who usually at the Hushed Honeybee Inn on Sunshed Road, should have more detail.
It's here. Just think of the goodies that might be hiding inside this place.
If I go there, is it gonna pass time?
Let's see.
And right there's a labyrinth.
Oh, I guess we're going there.
If you don't have a way there, I'll lend you my carriage. Not the kind of trip you'll want to make on foot. You can leave the city through the large gate south of the central street. Don't die out there now.
All right then.
Let's go to this guy, this informant.
What is it? Amazing. Fancy a bit of info. Want in on this?
It hates anyone who uses a staff or a mace. It'll go berserk if it sees one. Watch out if it starts to build up strength. The next hit could kill you straight off. That said, if you time your attacks well, you can knock it out of its stance and halt its attack. I recommend swift pierce attacks with a spear of some sort.
Just between us.
If you can't, then you ought to simply guard. Defending won't help you to escape, but you may just be able to survive the onslaught.
Amazing. What is it?
Say there.
Let's give this guy his quest back.
Thank you so very much.
I give you my deepest thanks. With this, my daughter can be cured. I apologize for having so little faith in you. People have been quite anxious since the incident at the Grand Cathedral, so the prices on everything have increased. On top of that, the discrimination against the Mustari and other minor tribes has only worsened. Hardly any shops will serve me. But I digress. Allow me to return the favor.
You there?
Mission accomplished.
All right.
No way.
Bye-bye now.
So we're done with that.
All right then.
Now we go to the main street, right? And we leave.
Come off it. Hey,
Just a moment. We could fulfill a request there.
Clock's ticking. It's your call.
Let's be off.
The party at last found themselves at Belega Corridor, once a palace of a small, bygone country, destroyed and worn away by sand and rock. The land is a shadow of its former glory. Now it is home to monsters attracted by its stagnant magma. The party steps into the corridor, as if called there by the lingering resentment of a country that could not stand the test of time.
The thing.
This is where Brigitte mentioned. Apparently the monster here sometimes attacks passerbyers. I had no idea these ruins were here. This was a villa for a grand old noble family, I heard, but this looks properly old. Well, at any rate, we're here for the Guptaros. The ruins are novel, yes, but let us not stray from the purpose.
That's right.
My thanks.
What is this guy doing?
Oh.
Planned on going inside, are you? Well, here's some friendly advice. Don't. I heard an awful noise coming from deep within. It was a terrifying roar. Certainly no noise a go-born should make. You think it was a Guptaros? Really? A Guptaros? There's no way I can handle a monster like that. I only came because I heard it was Goborns. I'll just say that if those beasts are here, then staying here is madness. You guys should turn back too, if you value your lives.
Now, where was I?
Let's change our, what do you call them? Archetypes. Since we don't want a mage or a healer. He'll stay the seeker.
I see.
We could try the brawler.
Fascinating. This, all right?
I'm counting on you.
Of course. Oh,
A new ability.
all right.
Pretty sure we could just stay with these.
Oh. You'll come again.
Alrighty.
Let's go.
Wait. Did I mess up? I might have messed up.
Should we try somewhere else?
Well then.
If so,
Is everything pretty standard? What's that guy standing there?
Yep, we're safe here.
How did this happen?
Wasn't expecting these vicious monsters. How could things have turned out this way? Vicious monsters? You mean the Guptaros? No, Goborns. I defeat one easily, and then Goborns wielding all kinds of weapons start flooding out. Before I knew it, it was surrounded by all manner of Goborns. Just thinking about it makes my knees weak. I want to just give up and go home, but I told everyone I wouldn't come back until I became an adventurer king himself. Bloody hell. Does this say what level we're on? I'm just gonna assume this is level 1.
Very impressive.
A talkative tooth, dude. What? Hey kiddo, which weapon are you using? I think a tooth can chatter by itself? Well, chew on this. I've got jaw-dropping news, and guys know nothing about. Depending on your weapon, your attack power is gonna totally change. Guess it's kind of obvious, but it's important for magic too. The strength of magic depends on your weapon. Chew on that for a while, would you? All right, we already knew that.
Well,
Thanks for reminding us. That's enough for now. Wouldn't want to bite off more than you could chew. Next time, I'll teach you some secrets you can really sink your teeth into. I love the teeth puns are great.
push through. We are spotted.
all right, we did it.
I feel like, did I do everything up here before I go down there?
Come on.
Hey, good one.
All right.
Incredible.
The balm of life.
Right.
There's nothing but Goborns around here. So many novice adventurers come to this place looking for test their mettle. Some had the full idea of bringing in staff and mace or igniters. You would be so daft, would you? You can't even let a Goborn see one of those things. If you do, they launch to a frenzy as soon as they see your weapon. You may think Goborns are dumb little fellas, but they're smart enough to know magic users are bad news. Well, good thing I didn't bring any of those, huh?
Steal. We are spotted. Catch.
Amazing. Great moves back there.
We've been spotted. On your guard.
Nice. I bet we'll find a use for that.
Noticed us.
My archetype's abilities feel strong.
I guess we go up and see what's going on up here. Oh, it's like a circle. What the heck? What about this one? So they just lead to the same spot? That's a waste.
Oh,
Push through!
they saw us! On your toes, everyone!
There's so many enemies.
That was brilliant.
That was crazy. All these doors are locked, bro. How do I get in them? Are they dancing in a circle?
Come on!
Nice! I bet we'll find a use for that.
A gold beetle? Let's freaking go. There is a lot of treasure here. Some witch earrings.
We found
I
something.
love it!
If you see a use for it, I say take it with you.
Ready, everyone!
Catch!
My archetype's abilities feel stronger.
Oh,
Push through!
I knew you could do it.
All right, how's that? Spotted.
We made short work of them.
If you see a use for it, I say take it with you.
All right, I think we went everywhere except for that last little corner piece. Damn, let's go there. I have to go back far though, but it's the right thing to do.
They saw us! On your toes, everyone!
Let's push through!
Victor.
Wow, good find.
Aw,
All right, how's that? Skill. Exemplary.
I don't know how we're gonna get in there.
Hey,
All good.
my archetype's abilities feel stronger.
I think they see us.
Very impressive.
I think they see us. I knew you could do it. There they go.
I think the ball got away, dude. Damn it. Look at him just walking in a perfect line.
I can feel the power coursing through me.
So funny.
If you see a use for it, I say take it with you.
Hey, is this the two that we were looking for before? I think it is.
Wow, here we go.
We're so lucky.
What now?
You can trust in me.
Leave it to me.
It's our cat. All right, let's hope this thing's not like super OP compared to us.
All right.
Sheesh, bro. And there he is. Looks like this is the Guptaros. Guptaros. He's really raring to go. No sign of retreat. Must be acclimated to people. It's likely causing or caused damage yet to be discovered. That ends today. We're taking you down.
Watch out.
On guard!
I call upon royal power within.
It's up to you now.
You will taste justice.
Observe the enemy. Join with me. For all that we strive for, I strike with conviction.
All right.
It's okay.
Oh, please. Ah! Oh, healing light.
Thanks. Thank you. I stand ready. Let justice prevail. Not now. Behold, we stand together.
I'm counting on you.
My blade cuts like the wind. They yet cling to life.
Damn, it did a lot of damage. Damn, he hit me with the critical.
Is that all?
Damn, bro, he's getting mad attacks on.
Seeker, the blade's edge.
We killed him. 1650 XP. Hell yeah.
I shall rise to the occasion.
Huh? I have never known such heights.
A new power to wield.
The Brute's horn.
That's...
This horn is huge. Bloody awful to imagine being gored by it. Really, you all seemed pretty put together during the fight. No, that thing was tougher than anticipated. If we'd let up even a little, we may well have been defeated. Even Hulkenberg was sweating it? What do you think? It was an easy win. Well said. The captain's always tough as nails. Well, as a win, all that's left is to take it back to the igniter shop.
All right.
That's so funny. Let's do that later. Let's head back to the entrance.
In that case,
True.
We're pretty much done, bro. Can we just leave?
Hey, then. Got it.
Now, how did I wind up here?
Hell, the honey bees all full up. Just my luck. What do you mean it's all full? No seats left? But I'm starving.
If so,
Twould seem we will need to have our dinner elsewhere. Let us go to a tavern over yonder.
your thoughts?
Now Fulano, a large establishment, and the owners and patrons alike are busy with their own matters. We may speak freely there without fear of eavesdroppers.
I see.
Then it's settled anyways. If we discussed Luis at the Honeybee, we could end up causing more trouble for Fabian, so this works out.
All right. Oh,
We managed to avoid the day of calamity, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't waste our time. We've got left before the theocracy makes its proclamation? Proclamation? What? Bro, what? Is English my first language? What are we doing? I agree. Luis is to be our opponent one day, and I would have us ready to face him confident in our strength.
Guess we're splitting up.
All things considered, I think we did a great job today. Let's get some food in us, and then we can hit the hay. I'd say we earned our rest today. Good job.
Good night.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
All right, the 16th.
Well then,
All right. Real quick, potty break. Alrighty. So it is 6:16.
Say there.
We're gonna go talk to what's her name?
Let's go. But
close your aim.
What am I gonna do? I love it.
how far?
Well,
You.
Alrighty. Here's the horn.
Mission accomplished, then.
Yes.
You'll have your reward. I'll let the merchant know to allow you through as well. I thank you.
all right.
The courage is up.
I knew an outsider would be perfect for slipping through the cracks. Clearly, you were the right man for the job. This should keep our supply lines flowing smoothly. Thanks for helping us sort this out. By the way, what do you say to more consistent work from me? I can't imagine an elder could find an honest job in the city otherwise. But I don't much care what tribe you are. I'll always make sure you're paid properly for the work you do. Besides, keeping in contact with me might have its own advantages. Have you made up your mind?
All right. I accept.
A wise choice. Fine then. You seem determined enough. You heard nothing just now, right?
Nah, bro, what was that?
What made that noise?
It was just the wind. Am I clear? I've got some business to attend to. We'll go our separate ways for today.
She must be like a puppy lover.
I trust you won't be telling anyone what you think you heard. If you do tell anyone, well, I'm sure you're sharp enough to imagine the consequences. Then we have a deal.
The trader and iconoclast, Brigitte. Within her dwells the virtue of the merchant. Nurture thy bond with her, and a new power yet slumbering within thee may awaken.
Interesting. Perhaps he does have hidden depths. You'll pick up your next job here. Come back another day.
What is it? Amazing.
All right, we're gonna cook.
You're a big help. Next up is... Oh, right!
No.
Exactly. You did it!
All right.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Hey,
damn.
The army has lacked manpower, and the recent turmoil has only exacerbated their troubles. At the very least, they've put out a bounty on the beast. Seems we should just slay it ourselves and be done with it. We already know this. We have that bounty.
Well then,
say there.
Alright. We're gonna hang out with Stroll again. Maybe we're gonna try to find houses for those people.
Thanks a bunch.
This is him, bro. He's like an angel. If I'm not mistaken, you're the young Lord Stroll, are you not? It's an honor to make your acquaintance, Lord Hydron. But how do you know me? Nary a soul in the kingdom hasn't heard at least rumors of Halia's tragedy. Perhaps you've come to reflect and pray? No, I came to see you, actually. I understand full well that this request may seem unreasonable, but...
Truth is,
I've come to beg the use of some of the vacant domiciles in the capital. As you know, my countrymen who fled Halia reside here, sleeping on the streets, without roofs over their head. They barely scrap by. And so I implore you, please, consider offering your support to these fine people.
no.
Are you implying I should do this as some manner of charity? Am I to be compensated in any way? Odd that you would petition me on their behalf to begin with. It's not as though they are still your responsibility. Besides, is poverty not an individual's onus to bear? They were attacked and forced to flee their homes. You would still hold them responsible for their lack of means?
Yes.
So fate was cruel to them, and they could not rise above it. Should they not hold themselves to higher standards? I'm afraid I'm under no obligation here. Besides, what of your own circumstances? With your parents in LandCon, you have little else to anchor you. Consider restoring the glory to your house before you worry about the rabble. You're right about one thing. I was a fool to ask you for aid. What about your people?
What?
Obviously.
I won't abandon my people. Incidentally, don't I know your compatriot from somewhere? You needn't worry about him. Besides, I must apologize for taking up your precious time today. But before I go, I would have you know that those refugees are my people, and no matter your stance on it, I will do everything in my power to save them.
Worry not.
My good lad, I'm sure I must come across rather harshly, but it is not as though I have no sympathy for you. Abandoned by your parents, shunned by your relations, you were left to the harsh truths of royal capital too young. It's a pity, and yet you won't help them.
Hang on.
Stop.
Let's not let our tempers get the best of us. This isn't over yet.
I'm sorry.
I wasn't able to persuade Lord Hydron to offer assistance. It was always going to be a tall order, but he tossed it aside, calling it personal responsibility, and that I couldn't abide.
No.
Don't apologize. That you went to such efforts is more than we could ask. Besides, you needn't worry about us, young master. Your focus should rest on rebuilding your great house.
Yes.
House Haliotis must rise again from the ruins that human rot. Restore it to its former glory, or, I should hope, to greater heights still. I'd heard that you'd been living off the generosity of the noble families who respected your lord parents. To be brought to so low can't have been easy for you. Your people only wish to see your house flourish once again. With your inheritance, you should...
Wait.
Excuse my interruption, but did you just say inheritance? When the village was destroyed, I don't recall any mention of one. So you were unaware? I suspected as much, given our conversation the other day. Your father would have kept it separate from the estate. Of this I have no doubt, though I couldn't begin to say how or where.
Taking that into account.
Well, if there were any clues left, I'm sure they would all point to Halia. Can you think of any leads?
Yeah.
Perhaps, though I doubt anything survived the fire.
Hey, so.
Regardless, I'll make the journey back home on my own, all right? I'll not burden you with a wild goose chase. Nah. We do this together. I sincerely doubt you'll find anything in that rubble. Thank you for today. I would have lost if it hadn't been there to keep me calm. I've avoided this for too long. It's time to face the ruins of my home head on. Might I ask for your help yet again? I'm not sure I could take another step without you at my side. Ellie, the proud noble, keeper, inheritor of the warrior's virtues. Through they shared bond, a new heroic embodiment slumbering within thee has come to blossom.
Of course I'd like you to come, but...
I do hope you find your inheritance your parents left you. All they'd hoped for was that you would come into your own with a worthy house. They would be so proud of how wise beyond your years you've become. Your father especially. You're just like him in that respect. I'm not worthy to share mention of my father, but whatever the case, I intend to honor their wishes.
What is it? Amazing.
You're a big help. Next up is... then...
So then...
Oh, weird.
I think we messed up.
All right.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
All right, then. Let's go.
All right, so we're going to go to the Traudia Desert.
Come off it. Hey. Yep.
Now, where was I?
Well,
What now?
Want in on this? Just between us.
So this thing is going to be weak to ice,
hello.
and it poisons people.
That is... coming.
This place. Let's go.
Yes.
Just a sec.
So apparently. Well then.
Yes.
Some bounties require a number of enemies to be killed before you can fight the main target. Once you've defeated the required number of enemies, the bounty will appear. What are all these points? Are those the monsters we have to kill?
They've noticed us.
We've got it. All right, we did it.
Would seem they are off our trail for the time being. They've noticed us.
There's a chest.
Oh, look at that.
We're not alone.
Let's push through! Come on!
We should go.
Alright, how's that? Dad?
Very impressive.
Would seem they are off our trail for the time being.
Nice find. Looks like it could be useful.
Hey, there's a cat out here.
That was brilliant.
Come on!
Amazing. Great moves back there. That should come in handy. Pocket it. We made short work of them.
I feel the power coursing through me.
Alright, how's that?
Very impressive.
This is our chance!
All right,
Forward!
we make the first move.
Moving to the rear. No holding back. The power of light.
Looks like that's all of them. Great job, everybody.
A trivial fight, really.
Careful. We've got company.
Look at
On your guard.
you. Look.
Alrighty, something huge. It's headed right for us.
All right.
Stay present.
Get ready.
Alright, brace yourselves. About to kill these fools.
The power of ice.
Let's falling back. I won't hold back! Ice!
You hit their weakness.
Observe the enemy.
That's your opening, Captain.
She might not have the ice attack. Oh, she does. Alright, cool.
Freeze!
Hulkenberg got them right in their weak spot.
Now, what's the play? Healer! Be frozen!
I'll show you the essence of truth. Phase! Freeze!
Wrecked. It definitely helped to have 3 people casting ice.
I'll strive for greater heights.
I admit, it feels good to get stronger.
I have
never known such
power.
heights.
However,
The military must truly be short-handed. While I'm glad we could profit from it, the sort of thing really is their responsibility. I could not agree more. At least the threat to this area has been neutralized. That's enough for now. Let's go report to the recruitment center.
What do you think?
Let's head back.
In that case, where to?
Hey,
All right.
We've taken down the Mandula that was terrorizing the desert. So that bounty is all ours now. A reward in itself to know that one less threat menaces the capital, of course. We should collect our fair compensation as we've most certainly earned it. I'm glad we were able to help people too. Let's go report in at the recruitment center before we forget. We managed to avoid the day of calamity, but that doesn't mean we should waste our time we've got left with the theocracy making its proclamation.
guess we're
Time to go to bed.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Well then,
David.
Alrighty, so we go to, what is it called? The recruitment center.
we did it.
I'm rich.
Alright,
Oh, look at that, dude. Our popularity went up.
Amazing.
So he doesn't have any more bounties, bro? How lame is that?
alright then. Let's head there right away.
So we're gonna listen to this dude's story this time. I checked him out earlier, but I didn't want to waste my time. Today we can.
I wonder.
My thanks. Long ago.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to read it all? Why not have the voice actor do? Alright. This story goes back to my grandfather's grandfather. Once, far away, there was a village out in the countryside. There was a cave nearby that the villagers prohibited anyone from entering. But one day, my ancestor, who was just a boy then, decided he had to see it for himself.
Come on.
So he defied his elders? Your ancestor sounds like a real handful. It runs in the family. Anyway, sure enough, he ventured deep inside and soon became swallowed in darkness, hopelessly lost. A handful or not, he was still just a boy, and his bravery failed him. He sank to his knees in the dark, crying pitifully. But then, something bathed in a warm light caught his eye as it approached him. The little light actually spoke, saying, "Pipe down. Can't cry in a place like this." He was shocked. After he got a good look at it, the boy realized it was a fairy, pulsing with light. He was so relieved his tears only magnified. But the fairy couldn't bear it. Throwing her arms up, she said, "If you want to cry so badly, fine, suit yourself," and she left. But before he knew it, the fairy returned. "Come on, follow me," she said. "I'll show you the way out." You see, she had sensed the dangerous beast deep in the cave, and compassion won the day. She decided to get him safely back to the entrance. I thought the fairy was kind of cruel at first, but I guess she had a good heart. When they arrived at the cave's mouth, the boy turned to thank the fairy, but she had already disappeared into thin air. Time marched on and he grew into an adult. He visited the cave countless times, hoping to find and thank her. But he never saw her again as long as he lived. Oh. But would you look at the time? We'd better pick this up again later. If you'd like to know the ending, I'll be around. Bruh. This guy didn't even look. He's worse than a YouTuber, bro. He's got the... So you make sure you follow and subscribe if you want to know the finish. Or part... Follow for part 2. That's a TikToker, huh? It's time I got back to the others. Brigida comes to mind. So we're going to hang out with her tonight. Where's she at?
Well, I'll not loiter in a storm.
Just you.
So it's you. You seem unscathed. So you haven't told anyone about it. So be it. You and I are collaborators now. Well then, shall we discuss your assignment?
Now then.
Come in.
Now then.
This is what I want you to handle. It is a little dog, bro. I knew it. I want you to feed it, play with it. Generally, take care of it until I return.
Listen.
She wants me to be her dog sitter. There's one rule, however. You cannot let anyone else find out that there's a dog here. No exceptions. No mistakes.
What?
Is that it? Sounds simple. It is, but you can't let your guard down. I mean it when I say I want no mistakes. I'm sure you're aware of the anti-igniter crowd around here. The fool who believes igniters will destroy the world. Even beyond them, there are plenty of people in this world who would jump at the chance to do something crueler than kill me.
That's why...
This thing is a weakness waiting to be exploited. So I have to hide it. I'm entrusting this matter to you. Why hide it? They're gonna kill your dog? Is that why? To be me? Why do you want to keep it from the... if you're forced to hide it? I could tell you it's because I like animals. It's up to you whether you choose to believe that. Anyways, follow the rules I gave you, betray me, and you can be sure I'll make you and your friends regret it. That's pretty scary. It seems strangely attached to you already.
I see now.
I suppose you do have some surprising skill, such as using magic without an igniter. Did you look into me?
Why?
Utterly naive.
If it could impact my igniter business, it's my job to know about it. And that's not all. Word has it that you and your entourage can transform your bodies for combat somehow?
Speaking of...
Long ago, there once existed an ultimate magic. They say the hero king of legend wielded a power very much like yours, though I sincerely doubt you'll be following in his footsteps. I'll be frank, you're bad for business, but that is precisely why I'm going to lend you my power. I'm selling igniters because they turn a profit, but I hate the damn things from the bottom of my heart. But this is a world dominated by igniters. Long as you've got the money, you've got almost all the power you want. Quite a pitch, isn't it? Those on top make a lot of profit off of bleeding the downtrodden dry. The strong get even stronger, and the weak are only cast even further down.
As it is.
My own hands are not bloodless in that, and so I will endeavor to help you break this wretched wheel. If nothing else, it'll be amusing, no? She kinda trusts me.
Yet still they oppose me. Farewell.
You should go home for today. I'll give you my pay. You've exceeded expectations already. You've made the dog like you. Something impossible for me. Does that mean the dog doesn't like her?
See you.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Well then, let's head there right away.
So I guess we're gonna finish the story with the elder dude.
Oh ho!
want to do?
My thanks.
All right, let's see. I believe we left off with my ancestor being unable to find the mysterious fairy to thank her for saving his life. We've hit a bit of a time skip here, as this next part concerns my grandfather. My grandfather was also a mischievous sport, and one day he too ventured into the forbidden cave and became hopelessly lost. Mischief really does run in the family. So it does. Anyways, lost in the dark, what should my grandfather find? A fairy, of course. She was beautiful, just as the fairy his grandfather had described. He knew right away it was the same fairy. Again? I'm not going to help you this time, said the fairy, rolling her eyes. My grandfather could only blurt out a confused what? It was the first time he'd even been to the cave after all. Then the fairy said, "Don't blame me if you get eaten by the beast." And that's when my grandfather realized the fairy was mistaking him for his grandfather. "The boy you're thinking of is long gone. I'm his grandson," he said. The fairy considered this for a moment, then said, "Your people die so young." The fairy led my grandfather out of the cave, like she did his grandfather before. The whole time he kept his grandfather's regrets in mind. So before she could vanish, he turned to her and said, "Thank you for helping my grandfather. If you're wondering in history, we'll repeat. I doubt it. My family had to leave the village when my grandfather grew up. So I'm sure you can appreciate how amusing I find it to find a fairy here in Grand Trad. My family's fate seems tied to the fairies. Well, I'm glad your family got closure with the fairy, and meeting you like this, who knows, maybe it really is fate." All right.
What is it? Amazing.
Yeah. Next up. Oh, right.
Sure.
Right.
I don't know if I picked the right thing, but I tried. No, it looks like I messed up.
All right.
I am not a good cook.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
The announcement is soon.
This proclamation of his going to be anyways. Wonder if he's going to thank us for what we did in the Grand Cathedral. I wouldn't hold your breath on that one. Ostensibly, the state army is getting all the credit for taking down the human after all. We shall know soon enough, so there's little point to contemplating it further. Until then, let us simply do what we can as we wait for the events to unfold. I think we go straight ahead. Where are we? Yeah, straight ahead. And we're gonna talk to this person right here. No, that's a Max man. We're looking for activist woman.
Hey, listen. Excuse me.
You're of the Elder tribe, yes. Have you had any negative experiences while here in town? Why do you ask? Many people in this town use tribal differences as an excuse to do the most outrageous things. I'm part of a group working to help people whose tribal origins make them a target for harassment. We exist in cities other than Grand Trad as well. Right now, we're collecting funds for our cause. But this cause doesn't seem to interest most people, so we haven't been able to raise much money. It truly pains me to ask this for an elder like yourself, but if you could find it in your heart to support our cause, I guess so.
Appreciate it. Gonna be tough.
Let's encourage her. The Parapus, the Yugif, is that how you say it? The Mustari, and of course the Elder too. These tribes are abhorred by the other tribes. Without a great deal of wisdom or skill, it's impossible for them to get a normal job. Work is especially limited for them here in the royal capital. You've seen the executioner in the back alley, right? Dirty work like that is all that's available for these tribes. Having a job is better than nothing, though. Those less fortunate have must choose between starvation and banditry. Actually, no, there is one other option. Become igniter experimentation subject? There's no guarantee they'll survive those.
I don't know about that.
That is awful. You be careful too, please. I don't know much about the experiments myself, but I do know even though they're all over and are considered useful tools, blood is being spilled for their development. I don't have many people on my side, and I haven't been able to help many people yet. But knowing there are people like you out there gives me confidence to go on. People like you who see injustice and actually try to do something about it. This world would be a better place with more people like you.
All right.
Let's go, bro. I got eloquence.
Well then.
All right, so we're gonna hang out with Brigitte again.
Well, I'll not loiter in a storm.
Just
You seem unscathed.
now then.
Here's the leash. Today's job is to walk it. It's been itching to get out lately. Keeps making a fuss. Walking it around the capital is so quiets down and gets the energy out of its system. You can't be seen coming in and out of here. If you've no questions, then get to it. I took the dog out without anyone seeing and walked her around the capital. Just lays on its back. What a cute dog. It seems to have taken a liking to you. I could hear it from downstairs. Don't get it too excited. This is on you too, dog. A simple walk shouldn't be enough for you to let your guard down. That's what's cute about her?
What?
But that's what's cute about her. Cuteness isn't enough to stay alive in this world. Waff.
Hopeless.
I've never liked this thing ever since the first time I laid eyes on it. It was on the side of the road, buried from neck down, head bleeding too, probably hit by a rock at some point. It could have just given up and died, but it looked into my eyes and whimpered. I hated the sight of it. This poor little dog? You didn't feel drawn to it at all?
In those days.
She clearly did. I was once a stray myself. My earliest memory is of fighting a dog over a scrap of meat covered in dirt and getting bitten for my trouble. Wherever I went, I found only hunger and violence, so I robbed and stole anything and everything. I fought, and I survived.
It's a living hell.
It was hell. I see.
Really?
What am I doing talking to a child about this?
Just a fantasy.
Just like that dog, I let my guard down like a fool. Never mind, forget I said anything. I want to hear more.
No.
Why?
And what will you do once? Are you really prepared for that information? No matter. While we're on the subject, one word of advice.
Listen.
This world is a bottomless hell. A bog of endless muck. And if you trust another person to keep you afloat in it, you'll feel the sludge close over your head soon enough.
Don't ever forget that.
Damn, bro, she's... To survive, you need the strength to make your own way through that muck. Nobody can do it for you, and indeed, nobody else should. You need your own strength. And I'd say that's well within your powers.
Therefore...
In addition, I'd like to provide one other reward. I'm sure you're aware that there's a man in town asked for exchanging mag obtained from hunting monsters in the... I'll put in a word with them so they're more flexible with you. Not just here in Grand Trad, but across the kingdom. Hell yeah. So we can sell stuff for more? Cheaper mag, maybe? Less mag for more money?
Even then.
I shouldn't be the only one talking. You owe me some secrets of yours after all that. Grius tried to kill Luis, did he not? Then I imagine you're aiming for the same thing.
You there.
What are your true motives? What are you really aiming to do? To help people like you.
Honestly,
I hated it.
If it were anyone else telling me that, I'd kill them where they stood. But for now, I'll restrain myself. I can't tell what you're thinking at all, but I'll expose your true nature eventually. She doesn't trust me. That's all for today. Come by again when you can. I'm sure the dog will be delighted to see you.
It would seem the disaster was averted.
Right then. Today's Forden's big announcement.
Wonder what he's planning. I guess the church has to have some reaction to all that stuff the king said.
Whatever it is, Luis won't be able to just ignore it. This might be a day that goes down in history.
Ladies and gents, lend me your ears. Sanctifex Forden has spoken. The giant face in the sky, the massive rocks appearing throughout the land, and the mysterious voice claiming to be the past king. The Sanctus Church has officially recognized these happenings as the will of His Royal Majesty.
So it really is His Majesty?
And so, as His Majesty has decreed, whoever has gained the greatest trust of the people by the day of decision shall be our new king. This is a historic moment, good citizens. It's revolutionary. It's unprecedented. No matter who you are, you can take the throne.
Anyone?
Even me. And this is a big if. You are the person that all our people trust most in their hearts.
Maybe you could be king yourself? You're popular enough.
Me? In charge? Well, that's the last thing this country needs. Right, let's review what we know, shall we? First, the new faces that have appeared on the rock. It shows us who's foremost in the running. We've worked out that much. The top 3 of the lot are also shown in the sky. Suppose that way you can see their inspiring faces anytime, anywhere.
Hold on. How's us common folk supposed to stand a chance against all these upper crusters?
Say you do become popular. With your face clear for all to see, surely that'd make you a prime target for assassination.
Not quite, friend. Not quite. A valid concern, but one His Majesty prepared for. Popular aspirants, at least those who make it onto the rock, are protected by royal magic. Assassinations off the table. Magic chains will spring to life and bind anyone who tries. I saw it happen with my own eyes to Count Luis's sorry assailant.
So, literally anyone could be king? Even a pauper? Or a slave? Or a criminal?
Hold on. You mean to say we might not be ruled by Clamar? What does that mean for us?
Right, I've said my piece. You know all I know. Now go forth, ladies and gents, and spread the word. Whether you're from our fair capital or the middle of nowhere, the crown's within your grasp. Anyone in the land could be our next king.
I heard the announcement. The church has chosen to recognize this face's words as crown sent and shall abide by them.
They conceded that one quickly. Though I suppose it's a hard thing to deny, what with the royal palace hanging up there in the clouds.
Had they rushed a coronation for His Eminence Forden, it would have dashed any hope of reinstating His Highness. A small comfort.
I can tell from your face there's some bad news, too.
Do you recall those chains that froze Alsace in place? It seems that, too, was part of His Majesty's magic. Plainly, any candidates of sufficient favor cannot be deposed by force.
That's not good.
No, 'tis not indeed. This marks Luis as nigh untouchable. I will still seek to find him. Yet, even should we stand before the man himself, we could not kill him.
No! If we can't kill him, then how do we break the curse?
What the hell was the king thinking? Grius was trying to save his son. He died for it.
Even so, without this magic, no aspirant would be safe from assassination, leaving Luis to dominate through sheer martial strength. We appear to be at an impasse.
Everyone, have you seen Maria?
Did something happen?
I checked her room and she isn't there. She wouldn't just leave without telling anyone. I couldn't deal with losing both of them.
I'll go look for her.
You will? Thank you. When I think of what might happen to her...
If she left her room on her own, she must have had some reason.
Let's go search for her. If we head into town, we might find some clues.
Where?
You're kidding.
All right, then.
Whatever.
The stairs north of Sunshade Road.
Ridiculous.
These stairs? Oh,
All right, then.
no.
Hey, listen. How to handle this?
Sorry, but... Hey!
Say, we're looking for a little girl. Have you seen anyone like that around here? The half-blood? I did see her. She was muttering Papa and looking all sad. I saw her go through the back alley.
I'm out of ideas.
All right, then.
Just can't believe it's true.
That's it.
Ridiculous.
Do you know that little half-blood girl? You can't let a girl like that walk the streets alone. You're just asking for trouble. She just went inside. You let her pass? The way her eyes looked, it's not... I'd not be the one to stop her now. She's been coming to pray for a while, no matter how many glares she gets. She's praying for her father. Aw.
Why?
Everyone's worried about you.
Everyone was worried about you.
Sorry. Papa hasn't come home. and I always come here whenever I'm feeling lonely. One time he came here to get me. I remember because he called my name, but I pray, and he still doesn't come back. Maybe because the cathedral's broken?
Maria.
Miss Fabienne says Papa can't come home anymore, but I know Papa's gone away. He's gone somewhere I'll never see him again, hasn't he? It's going to be so lonely. The loneliest it's ever been, but I have to be strong, don't I? But if it gets any lonelier, I don't know if I can do it.
I'm sorry. I promised we'd all come back together.
Why does everyone always leave? Mum was sick. The king and prince are gone. And now Papa? Why does everyone always leave? Is it my fault? I really did my best to be a good girl, but...
That's not why.
He's right, Maria. It's not your fault at all.
Listen to me, all right? Your father, he was fighting a very bad man. We were with him, but we couldn't protect him. I'm sorry.
I remember Papa saying something like that. He said, a really bad man might be our king. Is that part of it?
It'll work out somehow. I'm sure of it.
I hope the next king is as nice as you. Then maybe things won't always be so sad.
I think I understand the king's intentions now. Maybe this is the sort of tragedy he was trying to end. Maybe he wanted a world where the crown goes to one who acts like a king ought to. Not whoever's willing to spill the most blood to do it.
You may be right, but much as we wish it, this is not a fight that might be ended through words alone.
Even so, we have to try.
Maria, you're safe. Oh, you had me worried sick.
I'm sorry for leaving on my own.
No, it's all right.
Miss Fabienne, I'm hungry.
Maria, yes, that's right. Let's all sit down for some supper together. Thank you for finding her.
It looks like she's worked things out.
She's a strong girl.
But we've more troubles ahead. How now do we resolve this curse upon His Highness?
If Luis is the curse's caster, we've got to kill him to dispel it. So how do we do that if he's shielded by the king himself?
I wish I could report back, but the prince is still asleep, and we're losing time. I don't think going back to the village is an option.
We cannot lose faith yet. There must be some further course we can pursue.
Well, there's the church's announcement. I expect they're trying to stop a wave of rival candidates from flooding the standings. I doubt the church would accept this popularity contest if they didn't already have a plan to game it.
True enough. I can only wonder at their aims. For today, we should content ourselves with rest and recovery.
Sorry, did I wake you? Laying here, I always end up caught in my own thoughts. Grius and Maria. The prince. Just thinking in circles again. Not good, is it?
Let's think about it together.
Keeping me company, are you? You really are a strange one. My strange, if I'm honest. That book, is that the novel you're always carrying around? Feels like months ago now that I spotted you buried in it on the carriage ride to the fort.
You want to read it?
If you don't mind, since we've finally some room to breathe. Oh, interesting. It's written through the lens of a fictional land. This bit's about the Utopia's security. In this world, there is no blood-stained contest for sovereignty. The people choose their sovereign from among themselves. One cannot put a sovereign to the sword to seize power. Such an act would be met with scorn and judged as murder. Taking power or wealth by force is seen as the most shameful of transgressions. Couldn't be further from reality, could it? We've a Kingslayer on the brink of seizing the throne right now. And this idea of competing for public support. Here it sounds so commonplace, but the idea's thrown us all into chaos. Interesting. Perhaps I'm overthinking, but it sounds almost like the aim of the king's magic. You suppose there's some common inspiration? Still, I don't imagine this would turn out well in the real world. In public opinion, tribal perspective always divides us. Besides, does a decision made by the people guarantee it's right? Tribal squabbles aren't always political.
So I'm trying to think here. I'm thinking that this has to go with, there's more to the story with more and how the king locked him away. right? But the king clearly has similar inspiration, I guess, or maybe this book inspired him for whatever reason. They're similar thoughts, but for whatever reason, he locked that guy more up. I don't know if what's gonna happen. Who's gonna? I hope it answers that, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. I hope it tells us something that has to do with the king's intention for setting up this whole popularity contest.
Take us Clamars, for example. It can be hard for us to see outside the bubble of our own worldview. We're the majority, and the tribe of the royal bloodline besides. That privilege can make us insensitive. A problem with no easy solution, I fear. Lofty words. I can hardly come to terms with my own ideals. Still, the discussions helped clear my head a little. Thank you. I've been so fixated on killing Luis, but maybe we could look into whether that's really the only way to lift the curse. Sleep should come easier now. I think I'll give it another chance.
That's what always happens to me too. Whenever I read, knocks me out. If I ever want to go to bed, just pick up a book. 2 pages in, I'll fall asleep.
Ladies and gents, have you heard the news? The curtain's about to rise on the show of a lifetime. To choose our new ruler, we're going to give all of you a chance to take center stage in a show of power for the whole kingdom. And we call it the Tournament for the Throne! Our aspirants will set out on a grand tour of the 3 allied nations' capitals, taking part in a variety of exciting trials. First, we have the Exhibition of the Brave. Slay a monster plaguing our fair people and bring its head to Oceania's capital in time. Biggest find takes the win. Official word is, this event's open to all. So what do you think, ladies and gents? Are you in it to watch, or in it to win?
Stroll, why call us so early in the morning? What is that journal?
I had Fabienne bring it up. Something occurred to me, so I asked her to go through Grius' personal effects.
Hey, looks like he was investigating the curse too.
There's a note here. Given the spell's complexity, it must have required a scribed formula.
You mean to suggest Luis possesses a written composition of the curse somewhere? And if we can find that...
Yes! I'd wager, even if we can't kill Luis, we might still have a shot at breaking the curse.
But that attack took place years ago, didn't it? This curse's formula could be lost for good.
We have little choice but to hope it's not. I'm not saying it would be easy. And the real trick will be finding it. We wouldn't leave it unprotected.
That reminds me. A crier for the church was handing these out.
A flyer for the Tournament for the Throne. This popularity contest is state-sponsored now. Interesting gamble for those politicians. I like the bit about all this being in the interest of fairness, those weasels. But saying it's being organized by the state. The throne's empty. This smells like the theocracy at work. Probably Forden himself.
You think Forden's looking to fix the competition in his favor? He's been in first place this whole time.
In the interest of fairness, remember? If he wins a fair race, he gets legitimized, and Luis gets put on the back foot.
That bodes ill. Those with existing support could easily solidify their claim. Even should His Highness wake, he may lose the throne.
If we don't hurry and find a way to get close to Luis, we're sunk. What are we supposed to do?
We need a plan, and then we can do something. We enter the tournament. Hell yeah.
Let's enter this tournament for the throne.
Hey, were you even listening to us? Besides, the prince isn't exactly in a position to take part in...
Wait. It sounds crazy, but I think he might be onto something there. This could be just the excuse we need to get close to Luis. He doesn't care about your tribe so long as you prove capable, yes? That's what Zorba was saying. Which means, even though the world looks down on you as an elder, having the power to kill humans puts you in his good graces.
You're going to make him a candidate for the throne?
If all we need to do is get Luis's attention, then that's sure to get the job done. If we're lucky, he might even try to recruit us.
I see. An undercover operation, is it? Quite again, but it may well be our best chance at finding this formula.
Just hold on a second. Getting Luis's attention is all well and good. But remember, who's actually risking their life here?
Infiltrating Luis's ranks will be dangerous. If I'm found out, I'll be as good as dead.
What do you think? Having heard all this, do you want to enter the running?
Hell yeah.
Of course I do.
No hesitation at all.
Right.
I'm reminded of the words the prince spoke to me in our youth.
In my ideal world, people can believe in their future. Their birth doesn't matter. No matter who someone is, they deserve a fair country. If it's to help achieve that, I will stand for the prince as a candidate for the throne.
Sheesh. So much for being a guide. Now you're the one leading me around.
Your resolve has marked you a fine fit for the role. I have trusted you with my life before, and would gladly do so again.
I inherited Grius's journal.
Good heavens. Haven't you put yourself in enough danger? Listen to me. I don't want you going down the same path he did. Are you really this set on running off again?
Yes. I've got a job to do.
Familiar words. I'll be cheering for you in this mess of a competition. Truth be told, I wish I could do more than feed and shelter you.
What's the competition?
It's a big, grand race to see who will be the next king. The whole country will be watching.
So you're going to try and become king? Wow! Then I'll cheer for you as loud as I can.
You have your first advocate, it seems.
Suppose you'll have to actually try for the throne now, Your Majesty.
Hell, bro.
That was the plan from the start.
That's the spirit.
Well, if we want Luis to notice you, we'll have to make quite a stir among the people. Maybe reaching for the throne will do it.
Does that mean you're not coming back?
No, we'll be back. Although we might be a while.
I don't like when it gets lonely.
Maria.
But I'll be cheering for you. I hope you win the race. You be a good king.
Thank you for your support.
Now, we'd best get registration out of the way, but we'll need some legs for the journey. It's mostly lawless wastes between cities.
Judging by this specified deadline, we're unlikely to reach the Principality of Oceana's capital in time on foot.
I bet all these fancy nobles have their own gauntlet runners to ride in.
A carriage might save our chances, if we could find one. Perhaps we split up for now. I'll leave you two to the registration. They should be taking entrance at the recruitment center.
This should be the place, right?
Excuse us, we're looking to join the tournament for the throne.
Aye? Pretty young, ain't ya? And who's the kid? He with you?
Bro.
I'm the one entering.
You? Really?
I've not heard of any age restrictions. There a problem?
Well, I'd not have thought it, but you're an elder, ain't ya? And you want to be king. Well, the novelty of it might win you some looks.
Could you just do your job, please? Can he register or not?
An elder? Now that I think of it, weren't you in that pack of recruits that went off to the northern fort? Thought I heard they were all wiped out. What? We got a deserter turning up?
No, they said he'd just dragged the company down, so they left him at the capital. He, got on the captain's bad side.
Could swear I've seen you before, too. Well, hardly matters without captain to verify it. Go on, then. You can represent the lesser tribes so nobody complains.
That was a close one.
And, obviously, you're gonna need a carriage. Otherwise, the whole thing's off for you. You're obligated to attend the opening ceremony tomorrow. It'll be at the plaza at the Grand Cathedral. Don't be late.
We'll have to hope Hulkenberg can find us a carriage.
As for us, I expect we should see about finding a monster to slay. If it's not impressive enough, Luis won't look twice at you.
Some postings over there. They should be offering bounties on monsters the guard can't handle. Let's take a look.
Looks like everyone else had the same idea.
One of these bounties is bound to make me stand out. But which? Bigger is probably better.
Hang on! There's nothing but small-time contracts here.
Are you not here for this tournament, then? Bit slow, I'm afraid. Most of my worthiest monster bills have already been snapped up by other competitors.
How about requests on anything aside from monsters? Bounties include criminals, too, right?
I suppose I've got one of those.
Let's see. Ugh, he's horrible. Heisme, a villainous kidnapper. Looks like the army's been trying to catch him for a while now.
This might just be perfect.
Oh, you have any idea who that is?
Dude, that jacket's amazing.
An ex-royal knight, they say. He'd make short work of a scrawny little urchin. You can be sure of that. Besides, didn't you hear what it is they're actually looking for?
Oh, of course. It's about whoever can bring in the biggest monster head, right?
If you imbeciles can't even get that straight, you've no chance at winning. They want kingly types, not children play-acting.
Stuck-up little... Is that the kind of competition we can expect?
He was right about the rules, though. What are you thinking?
Don't worry, I know what I'm doing.
We're supposed to get a monster's head. So why are you going for a criminal? Any idea what he's up to?
To stop his evil deeds. Maybe he has a big head.
Maybe he just wants to stop the criminal's evil deeds.
We've got more important things to worry about.
Don't worry, I'll explain everything later.
As long as you can convince Hulkenberg, I guess.
Ho there! Are you really taking the bounty on Heisme? You three must be heaven sent. Please, would you listen to our plight? Your pardon, gentlemen. I'm Barden, a guard captain for Matira, a town to the south. The bounty on Heisme is up at my behest.
A guard captain? This fellow's made some powerful enemies.
We can't afford lenience. On top of his past crimes, Heisme has stooped to abducting our wee ones. Our children. Selling them off, some say. If our city becomes known for nightly disappearances, what sane resident would stay? Community and trade will dwindle and die.
But he's just a lone kidnapper, right? Even if he's some infamous criminal, why can't the guard handle it?
That's the trouble. He makes his hideout somewhere too dangerous for our soldiers to tread. Deep in the territory of vicious giant worms. We've no idea how he manages to operate out there without getting devoured himself.
I see. Tricky problem indeed.
I'd no choice but to swallow my pride and post a bounty. Yet no matter how many times I renew the bill, none have taken it. A pitiful sight, isn't it? A soldier who can't protect his home, whether by strength or by surrender. Laugh if you must.
Bro.
We would never laugh at such a plight.
You only cast away your honor in the name of protection. Nothing pitiful in that. Swallow your pride no more, man. We'll take your contract.
Thanks to you. That you'd accept such a perilous request, even with this tournament looming over everything. Closure. Thank you all. And thank God for bringing you to me. In that case, we shall meet in Matira, the old castle town. Please, make haste.
Well, no backing out of this now. You sure this is what we want?
Way I see it, if we want to make a big impact this late, it's going to take some creativity. Besides, this is apparently a knight-turned-kidnapper. The man can't be allowed to go on. What would His Royal Highness do in our place?
I guess that's fair.
I'll convince Hulkenberg. Somehow. You go on and accept the contract.
All right. I guess we're gonna do that. So, what are we supposed to do?
Wait!
Where do you think you're going? Well, we have to accept the request. Duh. Of course. A mere fledgling with no history or experience to speak of as king. The idea makes me sick to my stomach. The ideal leader of this country is a dignified man of great age, one with years of experience. And yet upstart schoolchildren like you, Luis, dare to? It hardly matters. You won't be able to fight much longer, so struggle as you like. I'd be happy to give the eulogy at your funeral. I suppose he's a candidate too. He says all this rude stuff. I guess he's also going to try to be king.
Let's focus.
No deadline.
Let's call it.
$100,000. Let's go. We're gonna be rich.
No registration issues, I trust?
No, indeed. And we found ourselves a perfect target.
Fine work.
Stroll.
See? She's convinced. Nothing to worry about. Don't worry about it. I'll prepare a map of the surrounding areas as well. But never mind that. Have you found us a kingly carriage?
Well, I have made some arrangements. How best to put it? The vessel itself is without peer. Supposedly, it will come to us on the day of the opening ceremony.
You don't sound too sure about that.
No, I'm certain. All I mean to say is, well, you shall soon see for yourself.
Well, under the circumstances, I'll take what we can get. And setting that up in a day. Not so bad having a knight on our side.
You needn't speak so. In truth, I've just resigned from the Knight's Order. Though 'tis only my bond of service,
What?
Not my title. We will shortly be seeking Luis's esteem. Should it come to light that I am a knight in active service, it may jeopardize our efforts.
Still, you didn't hesitate to leave. I can tell you're serious about this.
'Twas not an abrupt parting. I've come to doubt the Order since returning to find them serving the Santifex and not the Royals. Those who refused the Church's rule were cast out for their defiance. I only hope those fallen knights found useful employ elsewhere.
Sounds like you've been through a lot too.
Well, in any case, we can focus on our bounty contract now. Let's make sure we get some proper rest tonight.
All right.
Let's rest.
I think we're gonna take a break. We're definitely gonna save the game here.